Yo, so becoming more productive and like let's say you're in like a dry spot, right? Let's say you just dealt with a breakup or whatever. Or let's say like you have no motivation, you don't know what to do, you don't know what way to how to make money. You're not in the best shape, you're skinny fat, and you know you have all this ambition and you know you want to like change your life, but you like shit's not working and you don't know what to do and sometimes you get so overwhelmed of what you have to do that you just like don't do anything, you're just like better rot, right? Um yeah. I've been in that spot many, many times. And I'd say like the main way to like get out of it, right? At least for me, I'm gonna tell you like my way to get out of it. And there's gonna be like a bunch of people where it's like I'll build a habit tracker, like some shit. Here's what I do, right? So number one, this is gonna be pretty unconventional advice, but I delete like everybody says like delete social media. I have like most of my social media deleted. Like I don't really use Instagram and like I don't have Snap. I don't have like most social medias, but I do have TikTok. And the reason why I have TikTok is because of the edits, right? Like my For You page, I have a bunch of sick ass edits, whether it be like looks maxing edits or like some cool ass shit with like some good music, right? And that always gives me that extra fire or motivation because I get a lot of motivational stuff on my For You page. And that gives me a lot of motivational shit to conquer the day, right? When I see someone, whether they're more successful than me at a younger age or whether they um it's like some motivational slideshow or like some 20-year-old who's like already like shredded to the gills or whatever. I've actually noticed that TikTok helps me a lot personally because I compare myself. People always say like comparison is not good or whatever. I disagree with that, right? Like comparison is what kept our species going because we always wanted to compete for better resources and better status and women and whatnot. So you need to see what your competition is. You can't just like if you don't have these like apps or whatever, you don't even know what you're fighting with, and that won't fuel the fire to get you going, right? And then also you wanna it's really just about minimizing the bad habits. Like of course we all have like some bad habits, right? But if you could like minimize a lot of them and just like if you're gonna have like a bad day or a cheat day, if you could just like go all out on a bad habit that actually doesn't do that much harm to you, that would be the most ideal, right? Like, for example, okay, we'll get into this in a second, right? It's really just about knowing the right good habits to do and not doing like that fake productive shit. Like, I don't know, walking, like, I like just like some dumb shit where it's like, oh, I'm gonna like drink 2 liters of water a day. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? Like, I know, okay, you read like a study and like some self improvement guy told you to like drink plenty of water, but like that's just another thing in your head that you need to remember that's gonna like not move the needle whatsoever. Well, you're gonna take your supplements to like the deep load powder, or like you're gonna study for your fucking exam when you could just like cheat on the test. Like you want to do stuff that's actually gonna move the needle. You could study all you want for the exams and cool, that's gonna get you into a better school, whatever. But like the only thing that's gonna make you money that your family's gonna be proud of is if you're working at freaking Goldman Sachs or if you're making money online, right? And even like Goldman Sachs wouldn't even be that great of an idea, as stupid as that sounds, because now you're not with your family as much anymore. Now you're slaving away for some stupid ass company. I'm not saying like don't work at Goldman Sachs. Obviously, like work at Goldman Sachs if you get that opportunity, but like most people won't even get that opportunity. So like the average person, let's say, right, you study hard and like then you start working some job, right? But like the job, you're staying away from your family. You don't even like the job that much, most likely. It's a pain in the ass. You're not making that much money. It would be a lot smarter if you just started from the ground up and created your own brand, learned everything that it would take to start your own business. I know everybody says like, oh, starting your own business is hard. It's really not that hard, right? Okay, cool. So now, yeah, let's just like cut to the chase. So what I do is I have a bunch of habits that I do that I think move the needle the most. And for me, it's like incline walking at 15 incline and like 2.6 speed and doing that for an hour each day, right? I don't really get like 20,000 steps a day because I think by the time you're at 20,000 steps, like that takes a lot of time out of your day. And of course, right, like 20,000 steps is a good amount, dude. Like you're not gonna be able to get deep work done, or maybe you will be able to get deep work done, but for the most part, it's gonna like wear you out. For me, 20,000 steps is a friggin' lot of steps, right? And like people say, just get 10,000 steps a day. That's a good amount of steps. I don't think you need that much. I think you just need like some hard, like 15 incline and 2.6 speed. It's like that steady state cardio where it still burns a lot of calories. And it's also not too much to the point where you're wasting a lot of time doing it, right? And this is for lean maxing. Lean maxing is one of the number one things that you could do, right? Lean maxing is almost always going to improve your life in a drastic way. Just leaning down and getting to a lower body fat percentage. It's like a direct correlation with an improvement in your life for 99% of people. So definitely focus on that. And you could do this like cardio, right? But like you obviously like even more important than that is protein, your protein intake. I would say this is even more important than I mean it's like half and half, but like you should focus more on protein than you should on calories to be honest. Because I remember I was eating like 3,000 calories a day of straight protein. And I still managed to like lose weight because it was all protein. I'm not saying for you to just like do that and like cut out carbs and fat, but it'll make a big difference. You want at least like 150 grams of protein a day. Depends on like your size, right? If you're like 200 pounds, then it would be even more. But I have about 150 grams of protein a day, and it makes like a drastic difference in my life. I feel a lot more energized because you're fueling your body. You want to cut out all like the dumb shit like pizza and whatnot. For me, that's very, very easy. That's one of the bad habits. We'll get into that later, right? But you just need to remember that protein, like the best way to eat more protein, right, is all obviously realizing, hey, if I eat more protein, I'm gonna get healthier, I'm gonna feel better. But it's also the fact that protein actually tastes really good, right? Like if like 6 eggs, if you season them well, if you like have them a little runny, if you add like an avocado or whatnot, eggs low key taste better than a lot of fucking food. It tastes better to me than rainbow cookies or like pizza, right? And maybe that's just because like I'm used to eggs, but like they're really, really good. Same with like red meat. If it's cooked really, really well, like you get like blue or rare and like it's prepared well and like a good seasoning, some salt, all that shit. Tastes incredible, right? Steak tartare, tuna tartare, right? All these foods are beautiful, right? And like every time I eat like let's say like a cinnamon bun or like pizza, and I'm not saying never to do it again, right? But if you want to lock in, do that for a bit. But like, every time I eat like cinnamon buns, right? Like let's say I have and like they taste good every now and then. But like if I have cinnamon buns like consistently like each day, no, I start feeling like shit and like the food starts tasting bad, I swear. Like my body will just start craving the meat and the eggs. And I used to not be like this when I was a kid or when I was like a teenager, but just get into the habit for like 1 month of just like eating that food and then like season it well and like prepare it well and you're gonna realize it tastes better than like most junk food that you could eat, right? And protein's gonna make the biggest difference because that's gonna get you lean super fast. You're gonna get bigger overall, and when you have like that wider frame, you have a better presence in life, right? And you're gonna be able to build muscle while staying lean, right? And then also you want to go to the gym a few times a week, right? I don't think you need to go like 6 days a week, to be honest. Like I used to do that when I was really into the gym, but if you just want to get shredded, it's mainly about that cardio, that incline cardio that matters a lot. But then also always making sure to train like at least I would say 2 or 3 times a week. You don't have to train too hard. You just have to do like 1 or 2 sets of an exercise. Try to do it close to failure, right? To just like re-engage that muscle. Depends on your situation. If you like have no muscle, then obviously you want to train harder. But if you're like me and like your muscle's not too bad for like not doing anything, I mean obviously I eat protein like a little cardio, but like, I don't really lift that much. I don't lift like I used to, like I just got back into the gym, right? But like I have pretty good muscle without doing shit. Then you just need to like wake it up a little bit. You just need to like lift some shit, bench press 1 or 2 sets, like let's say 155 for like 10 or whatever. And then like some bicep curls, 25 pounds, do like 15, 20 reps. Shoulders, like lateral raises, tricep extensions. Back, you want to do lat pull downs. And legs, you just want to do not leg press, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And like obviously you want to like change it up every now and then, do a different exercise, but that's pretty much it. You don't have to go crazy. Yeah, yeah. So just like that's number one, right? And I will notice that if I don't go to the gym, if I don't get the cardio in, if I'm like a skinny fat person, like all the other things low key kind of start falling down, right? Like if I'm not consistent in the gym, or like I'm not consistent with my cardio, if I'm just like moving on my bed all day, everything just goes to shit. The money goes to shit, everything goes to shit. So yeah, you should do that for at least like hour and a half a day. Let's say an hour of cardio, and then like the gym you could even do for 30 minutes. And then just like eat more protein, right? So buy more foods that are protein. Number two. Actually, I'll just get my phone really quickly. Um, hold up. Yeah, so that's like the main one. It's just like five things. You can just see it right there. Okay, that was like three of them. And then you just want to write ads in ecom, right? Because that's gonna move the needle so far. Like you want to start your own business, you want to have your own money, you want financial freedom, you don't want to do much shit, you want to spend time with your family, you want to be friends with people, you want to have a great network and all these things. It's gonna be either crypto or ecom or some other like money maxing method that I don't know, but like most things go fall into that, and I think ecom is really, really a pretty simple thing to learn. It's hard to master, but it's pretty simple to learn. Not It's really not hard to get to like $10,000 a month in profit in like friggin' 6 months. If you like know the right things to do, it's pretty insane. Like the thing that's gonna move you the most in ecom, right, is obviously like choosing the right product and making sure you do monthly recurring revenue, and obviously making sure that you do it on like a different CRM so you can bill people monthly and not deal with Shopify payments. And then you also just get insane at ads. Start learning copy, start looking at competitors, how they write ads, hire some creative strategists once you learn how to do it. Maybe get a business partner so like you guys can learn together. I strongly recommend a business partner, and especially in the beginning. And then boom, boom. You just at least like 2 hours of deep work with making ads. Just remember, okay, I'm gonna make some e-com ads today. I'm gonna launch them. Even if you put the budget at $20, just in the beginning, right? $30. Let's say you're broke as shit. You're really risk averse and you don't want to spend money, which low key with e-com, like you're gonna be fine if you like know what you're doing. Just learn what you're doing before you do it, right? But even if you don't even have a brand, even if you don't even have a brand, even if you don't have Shopify set up yet, just just go on the Facebook ad library and look at top winning brands like Resilia, look at Alaire, look at the ads that they make, and just study it. Just study. Look at the transcripts of them. Look at the videos. Look at especially like the long form writing, and just remember that these people are making millions of dollars from writing that stuff, and all of it's through Claude. So, yeah, and you're wasting your time doing dumb shit like working a 70K a year job, inputting numbers into a fucking computer. When this, you could just like get Claude to do everything, and you have your own brand, and you make a shit ton of money, and you don't have to do shit. You can just be on your computer at home in bed all day doing it, right? So like, obviously you should do that. And that's gonna move the needle the most, right? Out of everything, like the gym, cool. There's so many people who like get lean and shredded. I know so many dudes like have all this motivation, and they put it all into the gym, right? And but the truth is, like the guy who's skinny fat, but like focuses on like making money first. Guess what? He's always gonna be able to get into the gym later, like Mr. Beast or something, right? Like that's a bad example, but like you could always get into great shape with the gym. Always. You could always get into like insane shape if you really try. You could, once you're rich, you just get a personal trainer, and it would take like less than like a year, 6 months if you really, really lock in. And plus with like GLPs and like tests and all this shit that you could take, bro, like that should not be your main priority. Like a little bit of cardio a day is great, right? It keeps you consistent, like I said, but ecom as number one. And then the last one is just like talk to 3 girls a day. Um, to me, this moves the needle a lot, right? Because eventually you're gonna find a wife, right? And you don't want to be this guy who like doesn't understand the game. And one of the best things you could do, I mean, for me, what I find the most fun, personally, maybe it's a bit subjective, but like the one thing I find fun is like being with women. To be honest, like it's probably my favorite thing to do, right? I don't like I could watch like I need to be like around women to be honest. Um, and yeah, like I just like doing it, and I'd much rather like do that than like hang out with like my guy friends. I don't really like hanging out with dudes, to be honest. They're kind of annoying as shit. Um, yeah, I like playing sports is extra, like it's extra work for no reason. Like much rather just do my incline cardio, which burns more calories and like is a lot less strenuous. Um, yeah, like food, like I'd rather just like meal prep, right? Like of course I go out with your friends, go to restaurants, go partying, right? But if you talk to 3 girls a day, if you go to the club with your friends, you're gonna be able to speak with them in the best way, and you're gonna be able to get the prettiest girl because you have all that experience, right? Doesn't matter if you're like an average looking dude. Once you practice it so much, you're gonna get really, really good. And don't start listening to like the freaking Tinder experiment rehab room dude, where it's like the average guy, but like that one picture of that like blonde dude that Wheat Waffles made where like he swiped like 5,000 times, he got like 10 matches in the end and like one date or some shit. Like, okay, obviously like looks max, right? But and that's gonna be the last thing I talk about. Obviously looks max, right? But like in real life, like, dude, that's not how it works, right? Like, of course, if you're super tall, it's gonna work, but it's just if you're putting yourself in like, okay, let's say like really quickly, like just to go against like the wheat waffle shit, like the rehab room shit, right? Like, of course, I believe in like looks matter a lot. I talk about that all the time on the channel. It matters a lot. It's like if you don't have like if you're not at least mid, it's gonna be a really big problem for you. You got to really lock in on that, right? But let's say if you're trying to compete in the dating market of Tinder, where the only thing that you have leverage on is your looks when they don't know anything about you except your physical appearance at the front end, all they're going to compete on is okay, who's the best? I'm just going to choose the best looking guy. they don't know anything else about you. It's just that's the only thing you can compete on. So of course they're like the ones who just look the best are going to dominate it, right? But in real life, obviously, if you know how to speak, if you are more dominant, if you have more experience, if you have more status, if you have like an Instagram page, if they get to know you, okay, it's a lot different, right? It's a lot different. Now, of course, you need to be at least mid-tier normie. I'm not saying looks don't matter, right? And ideally, you get even higher than that, right? And that's like the last thing I would probably say. Like the one other task that you should do is looks maxing, right? But I put leaning down because leaning down in the gym is going to be like 80% of it, right? Or 70% of it for most people. But like, the looks mask could be like skincare, could be like, I don't know, lifts in your shoes or some shit. It's like little stuff like that where it's like, regular haircuts, like like eyebrows before you go out, like dye your eyebrows before you go out, shit like that. Like it's not really like a routine, right? But like, if you're going out, like make sure you look your best, and like, that's gonna require like hygiene, like taking showers, of course, like smelling really good, good fashion, height lifts, skincare over time, like retinol, like at night, moisturizer, yeah, really good haircut, and like minoxidil, whatever like your routine is for looks mask. That's gonna be a bit more independent on you, but yeah, I mean that doesn't really require too much from me. I just do like skincare, regular haircuts. You like I'll like especially if like it's an event like a Friday night. Like of course I'm gonna like really clean myself up, like shave the eyebrows and shit like that, tweeze them, whatever, like clean shave. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now of course there's other stuff like prayer, all these like little things. Obviously prayer is like a big one, but like after prayer, I mean I don't know. You could like include things that like maybe work for your life that are really really important, but I would say those things are gonna move the needle the most. That's about it.